Ever wondered how Nelson Mandela, a man once considered a public enemy, transformed into a global symbol of peace and reconciliation?
Imagine a young Nelson Mandela, a firebrand activist, pounding the pavement of Johannesburg in the mid-20th century. His heart brimming with the desire for equality, his mind filled with strategies to dismantle the oppressive apartheid regime. This was a man who, though passionate, was not immune to the snares of ego, which can often accompany such fervor.
We have made it very clear in our policy that South Africa is a country of many races. There is room for all.
Fast forward to the early 1960s, Mandela found himself in the confines of a prison cell, sentenced to life for his political activities. A harsh reality that could break the spirit of many, but not Mandela. Instead, it was in the solitude of his cell where he began an inner journey, a transformation that was nothing short of intriguing. Now, let's introduce a book. Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. A tome that explores the concept of ego, not in the Freudian sense, but as an inner enemy that impedes personal growth. It teaches that ego can blind us, lead us astray, and ultimately hinder us from reaching our full potential. Could such a book have influenced Mandela's transformation? Mandela's transformation from an ego-driven activist to a humble, selfless leader is nothing short of inspirational. It's a testament to the power of self-awareness, of recognizing and overcoming the ego, the invisible enemy within us. But what is it about this book that could have possibly influenced Mandela's transformation? What if the biggest enemy you've ever faced is not out there but within you? That's the premise of Ego is the Enemy. This transformative book, penned by Ryan Holiday, delves into the battle we all face, the battle with our own egos. The book suggests that our ego, the inflated sense of self-importance, is a silent saboteur. It whispers sweet nothings of superiority and entitlement in our ears, creating a false narrative that we are above others, reproach, and above failure. This inflated self-perception, however, is not only inaccurate, but also detrimental. It blinds us to our flaws, stunts our growth, and ultimately leads us towards downfall. Holiday's book argues that humility is the antidote to the poison of ego. Nelson Mandela, after 27 years in prison, became South Africa's first black president. Yet, he ruled with humility, not ego.
I, Nelson Mandela, do have my son, be faithful to the Republic of South Africa. So help me God. Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another.
When Mandela stepped into the presidential office, he did not let power cloud his judgment. His decisions were not driven by personal gain or ego, but by a steadfast belief in justice, equality, and the greater good of his nation. This was a man who, despite being wrongfully imprisoned for nearly 3 decades, chose reconciliation over retribution. One of the most poignant examples of his humility was his decision to only serve 1 term as president. In an era where leaders often cling to power, Mandela chose to step down after his first term. He understood that leadership is not about personal glory, but about serving the people and the nation. This act of selflessness was a clear demonstration of his humility and lack of ego.
Oh, that I wanted to retire, he growled at me. "Goat, you are retired." If that is really the case, then I should say, I now announce that I'm retiring from retirement.
Mandela also demonstrated his humility through his interactions with others. He treated everyone with respect, regardless of their status or position. He listened more than he spoke, valuing the opinions and perspectives of others.